Aloha! Sometimes when I'm on the top of the mountain looking out over the ocean, I feel like I'm on the top of the world, even if the mountain is 85 feet higher than I am. Either way, it makes me also think of the top of my feet. Right here, this area where for many of us gets a little bit congested, a little bit tight because we walk on flat surfaces, because of the shoes we wear, because how often do you think about the top of your foot? So today I want to share a quick thing you can do to create more mobility in the top of the foot, which is called the top of the foot stretch. So what you do is you take your foot and turn it over so that the tops of the toes are pressing down, and then you just press a little bit more actively. And then once you do that, also press down with the front foot so you ground down, to lift up. Yes, balance might be an issue. Feel free to hold on to something. And then you get a nice stretch through the top of the foot. And breathe. Now you can vary this by moving your leg further back, further forward, and play around with it. If you find it's a little too intense, you can take a towel and put it over the top of your foot. You can also vary the intensity by bending the front knee. That's going to make a difference as well. So that's the basics of it. It's a little harder to do in shoes. You have to play with it depending on what kind of shoes you have. Now, that's the first level, the basic. The second level is something I was hoping to share with you out there, but I'm sharing it here, which is rainbowing the stretch. So rainbow is now a verb, which means to get at different angles. So by that, you can think of the increments of the arc of an angle. I mean, you can rainbow this pose by starting at one end of the rainbow, which is my heel turned out, and then hold that for a moment, and then bring it in a little bit more towards medial, towards center, and continue going till the different parts. Once you get center with the heel straight back, it's kind of hard to move the heel any further. So what you do is you take your foot a little wider and let the heel come in. It's the center towards the other leg. Keep the spine long. I noticed I wasn't always doing that as I'm talking and thinking of what to say next. And just keep going. Now you might find at some point, you want to take the foot a little back, or you might a little forward, a little to the side. And you also might find that there's certain places, like for me right here, I feel a really nice stretch. And then I'm going to hold that spot for a little bit. That feels really good. So along with opening up the top of the foot, what this does, especially the one where your heel is turned in, if you like this way, it creates, if you press down there, it actually connects to the top of your thigh up here, so that when you press down at the top of the foot, you can create length at the top of the thigh, which goes back to the very first video where I talked about the importance of having length in the back of the leg as you come forward. That's it for now. Aloha!